Tonight on the Cooligans, we are discussing the U.S. men's national team. They are playing friendlies again. We're getting closer to the Olympics, to the Nations League, to the World Cup qualifiers, and we're getting a little bit nervous. Also, Ted Lasso, soccer, wins a Golden Globe, finally.
And we might have something to do with it. Who knows? Plus, we also talked to absolute Hall of Famer, 99er World Cup winner, gold medalist for the Olympics. Absolutely incredible. Brianna Scurry is on our show today. And it's incredible. Wait till you listen. There's so many fun stories. I wish we could have talked to her for hours. That and more today on the Cooligans. Yeah, baby!
Yes, let's go. Let's do it. Okay. All right, another week. My puppy's in the background, okay?
You're just freaking out because they can even hear me through your headphones.
Thrilled about today's show. Hello, everybody. We have an incredible guest, absolute, soccer legend.
Another superstar, Hall of Fame, a World Cup winner, Olympic gold medal winner. What more do you want?
Okay, and that's just our resume. No. Brianna Scurry, goalkeeper, obviously one of the 99ers, coming through to join the Cooligans today. Just absolutely insane.
Which is us. We're the Cooligans. Isn't that crazy?
My name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerreros.
All right, we are your favorite stand-up comedians that host the funniest soccer show that has ever existed.
That's right. Also happens to be the gulliest. Also happens to be Brianna's favorite show of all time.
That's right. She said it. She told us. All right. Don't be quoting, but just believe it. Okay?
Yeah. Also, do not look that up. I mean, there's just no need to.
So absolutely thrilled. I think we should start. Speaking of U.S. soccer in general, let's talk about. We just got the news. We have some more U.S. men's national team friendlies coming up. I mean, now it's starting. This is an official FIFA window. It's feeling real. World Cup qualifiers. Okay, Nutmeg is excited.
Excited. All right. He knows that this is going to be like probably a preview of what our real 11 is going to look like in the next major competition that we're going to be in.
Yes.
Which, do you know what that is, Christian?
I mean, the Olympics is the next major competition. Okay. But thank God. I hope I passed the test that you gave me.
But also shortly after that, the World Cup's coming out,
The World Cup. Yes, that is a major competition. I've heard of it. Yes. So it's starting to feel a little bit more real, right? The first match is going to be against Jamaica.
On March 25th in Austria. That's right. The U.S. versus Jamaica. In Austria.
Yeah. It's the EU and what you call it, and as far as
the Western Hemisphere.
Well, the EU and also like where to play matches in general. It's just like it's Austria and Florida, right? Like this is where if you need to play a soccer game and under any circumstance,
we've designated those two areas as soccer specific statehood spaces.
We'll make it work for you, okay?
We're playing Jamaica and Austria, and you want to hear the trippy thing? The second game, we're playing Austria and Jamaica, dude. That's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be pretty interesting. Why make it that way? Shut up. That's my answer to you.
There's no need for any of this.
The second match, I believe, is against Northern Ireland.
And that's going to happen in Belfast.
In Belfast, yeah, that's correct. So, again, a lot to look forward to, and then now we'll see these rosters should look a little bit more like what we may expect for an actual like World Cup qualifier, and then the actual World Cup. It'll be some domestic based players and some of the players that are based in Europe and around the world. So
of the domestic players, I think we've already seen like a really good group of them over the last few friendlies that we've had. So I honestly think it's going to be mostly European-based players, but you are going to get your sprinkling of the players that did the best from the domestic league.
Yeah, anybody that crosses your mind that might be able to make it, get a domestic call-up?
I honestly think Tanner Tessman might, just because of how he fits in both skill-wise and size-wise into the club. Into the national team.
I think Greg Berhalter will probably pick someone with like some more veteran leadership. So I think Sebastian Lletget is like one
he
of the
does
more
seem like
likely.
a standard pick.
Yeah, I've been, with the program for a while, and some of these dudes are a lot younger. So I think Sebastian Lletget has a good a chance. So, but the one interesting thing, at least about Jamaica, is Mikel Antonio of West Ham has changed allegiances. He obviously English. He played for the English national team. He's using his one-time switch to play for Jamaica now. So this is Jamaica's gonna look a little bit different going forward. So I'm, it's not gonna be just like Darren Maddox up front. All right, and Mikel Antonio is scoring goals right now in the Premier League
at a different level. Yeah.
With all due respect to Darren Maddox, I don't mean, I'm not trying to.
Please, throw as much shade as you want at Darren Maddox. As long as, let's just hope that Mikel Antonio's paperwork isn't completed by the time this match happens. Because what are we, 16? It says here we're 16-3-8 against Jamaica all time. Mikel Antonio is a significant player up front. Very difficult to deal with for Premier League defenders, never mind U.S. men's national team defenders who don't play with each other all the time. Yeah. So, this is going to be a tough matchup, but I'm excited to see it,
Very much so. Yeah, there's that, and then we'll see what Northern Ireland, I don't know. Does Northern Ireland have like a credible team? I don't know who comes out of there. Who are we afraid of?
When they pick up the ball and fall on it outside the touchline, we'll see if these boys are prepared to play soccer, not rugby.
With all due respect to Northern Ireland, I don't want to put them.
Listen, no shade at Darren Maddox, but Northern Ireland ain't gonna. I don't think they're gonna bring the pain. But I think it is going to be fun to see how this team puts up with someone who's a national team that's probably going to defend heavily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how do you break that down? I think that's a good opportunity to play these guys. Plus, it's a good rebound.
We need it. We'll need it. There's a couple other important dates for the U.S. men's national team. Nutmeg is thrilled about it. There's going to be Nations League. Obviously, is coming up before the Olympics, and then the
Gold Cup.
The obviously Gold Cup, but then so World Cup qualifiers. I mean, they're going to be here real soon. September 8th or September 5th will be the first World Cup qualifier. So it's gonna get real, and now it's getting the giddiness, the nerves of like, all right, did Berhalter had a couple of years to kind of sort this out. If that first World Cup qualifier does not go well, soccer Twitter
it's just gonna go off from that point. So, we told you, yada yada, he doesn't belong here. Jurgen was right.
Yeah,
no one's gonna say that
because all the friendlies and defeating who did we play last? We beat them like 7-0 or whatever. Trinidad. Though it feels great,
Yeah.
But and then it's, you're like, there are people optimistic about what it's gonna look like. And Berhalter, I think he knows what he's doing and all this other stuff. But bruh, once that real game, that first real World Cup qualifier, if it does not go well, it's not going to look good on the internet.
The media is going to do a switch on them.
The media meaning us. Okay?
That's right. We're no longer friends. I heard him say pork roll. We got way more show when we get back after this.
When you're in this situation, if you can't play in these last 6 months, you're not in a great position to negotiate, because you can't be like, yo, I'm flexing out here. Look how great I'm playing. Newcastle doesn't get me, but maybe if I could find just the right club, we could really just unlock something beautiful between us.
We need to invent a hinge for soccer players and clubs to swipe right on each other.
Okay, it can't just be the agents being like the intermediaries.
Why they get all the fun,
Yeah, okay.
We'll only take 5%
of your love.
Yeah. All right, and welcome back to the Cooligans Living Room FC. And don't forget, we've got an amazing show for you. Obviously, we've got Brianna Scurry coming up. But let's talk a little bit about the Golden Globes, because that just happened. And soccer was front and center. Okay, maybe not front and center, but soccer was mentioned. And that's a huge deal.
Look, I mean, for someone to win an award based on a show about soccer,
Wait, we won?
We won. I think there must have been some oversight. But no, this is, I mean, it is pretty cool. Jason Sudeikis winning the Golden Globe for Ted Lasso. If you haven't seen Ted Lasso, check it out. It's super fun. Even if you're not a fan of soccer, it's a really fun show. My girlfriend is not as obsessed with soccer as we are, but she watched the show and then was super into it. It has everything.
My wife could care less about soccer, and she loved it. Yeah.
She tells you all the time, get a different line of work, Alexis. I don't respect you.
Oh, absolutely. No, yeah. I mean, the fact that she writes it down, really, and also, why did the person at Baskin Robbins put that on my cake? You know what I mean? I feel like you should have known. I think it's going to ruin his birthday, but no, she doesn't. No, but I mean, she really doesn't care about soccer, and she loved the show. The show is more than the fact that it's soccer, it's based in soccer, almost has nothing to do with the show, but it does sort of revolve around that world. And I actually think, to some degree, it's been the best ambassador for Americans to potentially like soccer in a very long time.
Yeah. This is how you have to indoctrinate Americans with the sport. You have to put it in wrap it. It has to be like the medicine wrapped in like candy. So that's what Ted Lasso is.
Like how you feed a dog, you put the pill in the meat, right? Isn't that what you do?
Yeah, dude. So
like I eat a burger and I'm like, why was it crunchy? My wife's like, no reason.
It's just your heart medication, babe.
I'm asleep.
The one thing that was interesting about him accepting the award is that he did not expect to win the award. Right? I think that was pretty obvious. He's wearing a hoodie. He looks pretty.
Which, did you hear the hoodie sold out in every size?
Oh, no, I didn't hear that. Okay,
yeah,
it makes sense.
It's a $110 hoodie. It's not a cheap one.
Okay, this NWSL hoodie was much more affordable. All right, why didn't he wear this? But he looked like he was a little bit stoned as well. It was pretty dope. He was just like, yo, who cares? This is the Golden Globes. I'm at home. We're doing this virtually. I think
he was a little stoned because his acceptance speech was, no way. What?
I think he thought, or everybody thought that it was Eugene Levy that was going to win for was it Schitt's Creek? Yeah. And also Rami Youssef was one of the nominees. Our homie Rami.
Comedian Rami. Who's worked with both of us. I went to his house for an Ishtar.
For what?
Which is Ishtar. It's the end of their fast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wifey and I got invited to his house for that. I'm like, this is weird. We're the only non-comedians there.
Not bad.
We're the only comedians there.
All right. No, yeah, I wouldn't call you a comedian either.
Yeah, thank you. Well, again, you've got to stop listening to my wife.
She's just so influential in how I see you. I don't know.
It's because she keeps getting these cakes. You know, who's making these cakes?
So I'm excited about. I know Ted Lasso is getting another season, and there's
supposedly two. I think it's been renewed for 2 more seasons. Which it should. It is an incredible show outside of the world of soccer. Absolutely well written show.
Yeah. I mean, this is Ted Lasso will go in the canon of soccer related shows because they usually don't go well. They're usually all bad. The one that was what's the Netflix one the about the Montreal Impact.
Oh, something 21.
Thunder 21 Thunder was it?
Yeah.
But that was a rough one. Okay,
that was a rough one.
I watched the whole thing because I'm like, you know what? I do a TV show about soccer. I'm going to sit through this, and boy,
you're like, oh, okay, no, back to Club de Cuervos because this is not going correct.
Because that was a rough one. So I'm excited about and also congrats to Jason Sudeikis, our friend.
He listens to the show.
Yeah. Okay. So
he said he's gully. We should play the video.
All right. We've been very influential of Jason Sudeikis and Ted Lasso, and this feels a little bit like.
Wait, do we have something to do with it?
I think we all, on behalf of everyone at Ted Lasso, yes, we will accept the Golden Globe for.
We should be like a trophy in soccer. We should be allowed to have it for like a week or so. Show our friends and family, drink out of it.
Yeah. It's like the Stanley Cup. Give us a piece of it. All right. All right. We have Brian and Scurry coming right up. So come right back.
Hey, this is Julie Ehrman, president and founder of Angel City. I have been kicking it with the Cooligans.
All right, welcome back to the Cooligans Living Room FC, and make sure to stick around. We will be talking to Brianna Scurry, 99er, women's national team legend. Speaking, obviously, Brianna is a new owner of one of the owners of the Washington Spirit, and let's talk about NWSL ownership, because this is another, just big news, just more big news coming out of NWSL. The Chicago Red Stars have announced a new ownership, or more investors that are going to be involved with the team. And there's a bunch of big names, but one of the major names there has to be Sarah Spain of ESPN. So now it's interesting because the journalists are becoming owners. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Our biggest fear. All right.
Yeah, there's a cat in the mousetrap. I don't know what the phrase is there. There's something there. But it's a big list. It's like 16 people now that are owners. And Sarah Spain tweeted this out saying, finally, I'm so happy that I can announce this. She said, this is not an ownership group in just investment or just name. We're a committed group of people with Chicago ties and deep fandom who are hands-on and ready to help elevate this team with a group of badass women. Now, Chicago ties and hands-on already got me scared, okay? Because we know how it goes down out in Chi-Town. But here's the thing. It's 17 people. Maybe you all don't have to be hands-on. This seems like a lot of people.
No, this is exciting because, especially with Sarah Spain in particular. There are few people in the media world that not only show support for women's sports, but take on. She fights the battles as well, right? Literally, the amount of ridiculousness that she has to deal with on social media.
She's well equipped to clap back.
Exactly.
Chicago.
She's she did play basketball, so she's familiar with dunking on fools. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, she's ready for it, and that's part of the essence of women's soccer moving forward is that we're done, and not that they ever did, but we're gonna be even bigger. If you try to come at us with some garbage, with some hatred, we're gonna be even bigger when we do clap back. And I think that's kind of it's helping the appeal. I think. Yeah. Because it's we're done with the nice game. Okay.
Yeah. And you're seeing a lot of these high profile, just bigger names in being involved in women's soccer with Serena Williams, Naomi Osaka, everything going on with Angel City, Natalie Portman, and all these people. We're seeing that. I think NWSL is where MLS was maybe 15 years ago, where the tide was turning, right? The as far as people seeing the actual potential, and everybody's getting in early. So now this is why you're seeing everybody getting involved, because by the time the World Cup, the 2026, this is going to help men's soccer. This is going to help women's soccer. The fact that the World Cup is going to be played here,
it's going to be huge for the sport.
Everybody wants to get involved in that kind of the explosion.
And try to buy an NWSL team after that. Try. Yeah. You're going to need 3 times. It's like buying 5 Bitcoin now. Well, I hope you got money. Okay. Back in the day, that was 7 cents.
Yeah. It was you thought I was just a dumb, loser, nerd virgin buying up all this Bitcoin.
And he was, but he was smart enough to buy the Bitcoin.
What can I say? Okay.
Well, you were tired from having ejaculated, Christian, and still all that energy.
I still haven't sorted out the loser nerd virgin stuff, but I'm getting there. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe a new Tesla will make you feel better.
This is an exciting move, and I think we're going to start to see this with the older NWSL teams. I think they're seeing what Angel City's doing. They're like, okay, well, I don't want to be left out of the news. Okay, I need a high profile owner as well.
Everybody, even Rob McElhaney and Ryan Reynolds, they bought a team in Europe. That's old school, babe. You got to buy an NWSL team. Speaking of an investor and owner of an NWSL team, right after this, we've got Washington Spirit owner and Hall of Famer 99er Brianna Scurry. Come back.